friends. Welcome back to Second Star to the Left. I'm Michelle, and this is my daughter, Billie.
Hi.
And here's where we'll share board game reviews, ramblings, and a few wrong turns along the scenic route. We decided that we would take a look at our top 5 two-player only games. And these are games that are specifically for 2 players, because if we were to talk about our top 5 games that play best at 2 players, it's pretty much just our top 5.
Yeah, there's kind of a lot of overlap.
Yeah, those are the same thing. So for this, we're talking about 2-player only or 2-player specific games. And we don't know what's on each other's list, although I'm pretty sure we have a really good idea. We know a lot of people out there have households where it's primarily a 2-player household as far as gaming goes. So hopefully you'll find something on this list. There are some old favorites on here. And when I ranked them, there were actually a few that surprised me at how high they came up in the rankings. So without any further ado, we're going to start with Billie's number 5.
My number 5 is Fox in the Forest.
Oh, I love this game. It's in my top 10, but it did not.
It is my second favorite trick-taking game of all time.
Your second favorite trick-taking game? Why didn't you put your first favorite trick-taking game on the list?
Because it's not strictly a 2-player game.
Okay, so why Fox in the Forest? Why should someone try this if they say, I don't know if I like trick-taking games or not?
This was actually the game that convinced me I liked trick-taking games.
Because I kept telling you that you should, and you just wouldn't play any?
The only one you tried to get me to play was Pinochle, which is boring.
It's not boring.
So boring. There's no theme.
The theme is cards.
No.
All right, well, what's the theme to Fox in the Forest?
There's a fox in the forest. There's like magic and stuff.
So this is a trick-taking game where you have to follow suit. So it is one of those that you have to follow suit. But also, certain numbers have powers that allow you to manipulate the cards or change the decree card. Plus, the art is beautiful, and it's a really quick game that you can play back and forth a number of times. My number 5 is also a card game, but it's a card game with pieces. Does that make it different?
I feel like cards count as pieces.
And that is Royal Visit. This one we got not that long ago, although I guess it's been a while. Maybe
right
a year.
Before PAX, I think?
Yeah.
No, that's not a year. That's like 3 months.
What is time? Royal Visit is a very fast-paced, although maybe not as fast-paced as we play it, card game where you're moving players back and forth on a fabric board in a tug-of-war based on the movement points in your hand. I love this game for how snappy it is. I like that you don't get any analysis paralysis. No AP with this game, at least not for us. I like that it's mean, but fair. And I love that it is not a primary color palette. Look at this. It's beautiful.
It's very pretty.
We've talked about this one a bunch before in Small Space and other videos. If you haven't tried this one and you like kind of fast little card games, this one is great. It's for 2 players only. And it's my number 5. What's your number 4? Do you know? Did you do the list?
My number 4 is Botnik.
Botnik, you say?
How'd you have that prepared?
It's almost as if this was just waiting to come out on the table.
Almost like it might be on someone else's list.
I don't know. Yes, Botnik is... You've heard us love this game in every video, every time we mention it, every time someone talks about small box games, every time someone talks about tile laying games.
Everyone should play Botnik.
Everyone should play Botnik. I would love to see a version of this on Board Game Arena because I think that it would lend itself very, very well to being played on there. If you're listening, please put this on Board Game Arena so that everyone can try it. My number 4 is one that we picked up at PAX, and one that I can't win.
Oh no, you did once with elephants.
I did. That is right. There was much trampling. This is basically 3D chess with time travel.
4D chess.
Why do you get 4?
Time is the 4th dimension.
Oh my lord. It's past, present, and future. It's 3 boards. You're taking your actions either in the past, the present, or the future, and what you do in one space affects other spaces. Your decisions have consequences. We played where you could plant trees, so they would be just a little seed in the past and then grow into a big tree in the future. But my favorite...
knock the tree over and kill someone with it.
There is a lot of squishing and killing. My favorite is the elephants with bowler hats.
Why are they your favorite?
Because I won. Because there was trampling of the opponent. I have a hunch that we will hear more about this game. So
it's possible.
So we're going to hold off talking about it anymore. I honestly think we should do a playthrough of this game, except that if we did, then it would be a look that time you beat me, and I don't know if that is going to be fun. I don't want to lose in the playthrough. I want to go into the playthrough being like, no,
I'm not going to let you win. That would just be mean.
No, but what if I played someone else?
Aww.
Okay.
Aww.
We'll discuss it. I'm sure you're going to hear more about this one.
Let me know in the comments if you want to see me crush her.
What's your number 3, kind child?
My number 3 is Paris. French words.
You don't say. You mean this one?
That's the one.
Paris, la cité de la lumière.
That's what I said.
That is exactly what you said. Paris, French words. It's City of Lights. Why Paris? I didn't know if this would actually get all the way up in your list.
No, it's pretty high on my list. I just really like the atmosphere of the game. The puzzle's really nice, but most of my love for the game comes from just the, I don't know, vibes.
Yeah, it feels like you're in one of the, like a 1960s movie and you're walking along a dimly lit Paris street, right? But not one of the scary movies. A nice pretty movie where you're gonna get a baguette in the early morning.
No, it's like you're inside looking out a window at a lamppost and it's gently raining and it's like...
Are you singing?
Early evening.
No? Okay.
Well, you're inside, so you're not in the rain.
Okay. This is a beautiful multi-level, multi-layer puzzle game. And, I think there's going to be a lot more crossover on this list than you think there is.
I don't know.
My number 3 is Jekyll vs. Hyde, which is probably the newest game on the list. I play more of this on Board Game Arena than I have in person, but still, even at that, it's this nice little tiny small box game. It's a deck of cards, a board, and a beautiful player token that allows you to track the progress of evil. Why I like this over other trick-taking games, why I picked it over Fox in the Forest, is just that there's these asymmetric player goals where if you're Dr. Jekyll, you'd like everything to remain calm, so you want to take the same amount of tricks as your opponent. And if you're Mr. Hyde, you want chaos, so you either want to win all the tricks or lose all the tricks. And all during this, the power of the suits changes, so you never know which is the strongest suit. The card you play first is going to be the weakest suit, where in other trick-taking games it's always a really good idea to lead with one of your best cards. If you do that here, you've just ensured that that suit is the weakest suit for the round, and you could be in big trouble, unless that's what you want. I do think Mr. Hyde has an advantage in this game, but the version that we play has you playing one game as each player. It's really quick, so it's easy to do that. And that balances it out, so you get to see who's better at causing chaos and evil. I love this little trick-taking game, and if you want to play it, you should jump on Board Game Arena and play it. And if you want to join our BGA gaming group, all that information will be down below. So if you want to play some games, hop online. What are we on? You're number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2.
My number 2 is That Time You Killed Me.
You don't say. Now I'm really curious what your number one is.
I know, right?
I thought it would be
You
this.
thought it would be this, didn't you?
I thought it would be this because you like to murder me.
It's very fun, and that is probably a large part of why I enjoy the game so much.
I don't want to oversell the theme here, though, because it's a bit fast and loose. It's an abstract game.
It's a very thematic abstract game.
Is that a thing?
Yes.
Can you? Okay.
Or it's a very abstract thematic game.
No.
Yes.
But I will say that for all we've played it so far, we still haven't gotten all the way through all the modules that you can add into this. And we love this game. We play it all the time. I would like to win it more, so it's going to be all elephants all the time. When we were making these lists, I made the list once on Pub Meeple, and then I forgot that I made it, so I made the list again. And when I went back, my top 3 were all jumbled up, which is... And honestly, number 2 and number 1, they could both be number 1, or apparently both be number 2. So, and most of them in this top 5 could get scrambled around on any given day if I forget that I did this list on Pub Meeple. So, my number 2... Oh no, which is it? Yeah. So, my number 2 is Paris, La Cité de la Lumière, which, despite my terrible French accent, is just a beautiful, beautiful game. I love polyomino games. It gives me that, plus a tile placement game. Plus there's postcards that go around the board that give you extra powers and ways to improve your score or, take things away. It is a mean game for all that it's beautiful. If I look over and I see that Billie needs a piece, I'm going to take it.
She's a bad person.
No. This is a game that I do not lose all the time.
Only half the time.
No, I do. I think it's probably 50-50,
yeah,
but it's a really, really smart game, and it plays in about a half an hour, which is just that nice sweet spot for a small box game for us. So Paris is our recommendation at number 2 for a 2-player game.
Hour?
Yeah, hour. You put it on your list, and I was...
Yeah, but it was 3.
Yes, but then
it's not hour number 2.
Clearly it should be higher. Okay, what's your number 1 game? Because I really don't know.
I think you should go first, because I just want to keep the suspense.
Oh, okay. Well, mine's not going to be, suspenseful. Everybody knows what mine is.
Well, that's why I'm saving mine.
Okay, so my number 1 game, as if anyone couldn't guess, is Botnik, because in a dystopian nightmare of a world, apparently mechabotanists will save the world with flowers and vegetables. And by growing them in a series of tubes and wires. I love the art. I love the feel of this game. And it is one that I can take out at any time. I can teach it to somebody within 5 minutes. And usually there's enough time to play it again. And most people I teach it to have asked to play it again. Or have purchased a copy. Or have gifted a copy to someone else. It's just a little game of building out a sequence of pipes in front of you. The trick is that you have to draft them from a board, and every time you want one of those pieces, it takes at least 2 turns to get them, which means you have to be planning ahead, and you have to hope that your opponent doesn't mess up all of your plans.
It's a really good game.
It is a really good game.
Everyone needs to play it.
I really, really wish this would be on Board Game Arena, but if it isn't and you see this little nice copy hanging out somewhere, or if a friend says, hey, do you want to play a crazy game about futuristic vegetable farming? Just say yes.
We'd be very afraid.
Oh, and make sure it's this game, because I'm not sure that's a theme that you just want to jump into all willy-nilly. Okay, I'm dying. What is your number 1 game? Because it would have been one of these.
It's not. And remember how I said it wasn't going to be easily accessible?
Oh no, what have you done?
Do you know what it could be? I want to hear a guess.
Is it an RPG?
It's not.
Okay. Wow, really? Okay. Is it Duke?
Nope.
Is it Fugitive?
Nope.
Doesn't anyone on your list?
No. Not in the top 5.
It's your favorite 2-player game, and it's not accessible. So do we play it?
Not recently, but I would like to, and I've been trying to.
Is it X-Wing?
It is X-Wing!
Oh no! X-Wing was your way of making me do miniature gaming and just calling it a 2-player game with some Star Wars stuff.
And I got away with it too.
Yes. And also, now we have like all the ships. Not
do.
all, but most. But now we have to upgrade all the ships
to second edition.
Because we're not getting Armada.
No, well, not yet.
So why do you like X-Wing besides the fact that you are not the one that has to set it up or clean it up?
Yes, I am.
Well, I think it must have been a very long time since we played because your memory is failing you. Why X-Wing?
I really, really like I think the term is like programmed moves.
Oh, yeah.
Like everyone picks all their moves for the turn without seeing what the opponent is going to do, and then the order of moves goes off.
And my ship winds up in a corner somewhere just going pew, pew.
It's just a really fun game. I really like the strategy of it. And little Star Wars ships.
Yeah.
How can you not love them?
So I like X-Wing when we play it. It's never going to be a game that I'm like, we should go play X-Wing right now.
I'll fix that.
But I really do enjoy it. I like X-Wing because it's not military. So if you were going to get me to play a miniature battle game, I don't have to command troops. It's just Star Wars ships, and those are cool. Everybody knows that. Those are our 2-player picks. I had no idea that X-Wing was coming on the list. They're all worth a try. Some of our favorite games to play at 2-player did not make the list because you could play with more players. So while these are our favorite 2-player specific games, they're not all our favorite games. That list we will get to one of these days. Thank you for watching. If you like what you see,
or if you want to keep watching until we get one right,
then please like, subscribe, and share. If you want to find us elsewhere on social media, including on Discord now, all of that information will be down below, where you can jump in and talk to us about board games or basically anything else. It's also a great place to find people to play games with on Board Game Arena, and lots of people will show you the ropes if you haven't done it yet. As always, open tables, open minds, and play your shelves.
Bye!
Don't look at me. New setup. Everything's wacky. Okay.
You put it at the bottom of the stack like a dummy?
I had to.
Oh, look at those games. I wonder if those will be on your list.
Shut up. You're so mean.
You'll see it in the recording, and I won't be crazy. I'll be vindicated.
Both.